Hey guys, what is going on? It is Lieutenant Royal Shrimp here, and I'm bringing you guys my first real Medal of Honor Warfighter gameplay commentary. Now, right off the bat, I would just like to say this game is friggin' awesome. I mean, it's something different from COD, it's something different from Battlefield, something different from any other shooter that's out there. Not by too much, you got your regular, it is an FPS game. But yeah, so what I wanted to go over first is kind of its flaws. Um, I mean, again, I enjoy this game heck of a lot, but a couple of the bad things are the textures in the game. They're a little bit lackluster, especially the ground textures. You can see, or maybe you can't, but it seems like there wasn't like much love put into them. Trees, lighting, everything else, people, guns, they look fine. I mean, especially the lighting. The lighting is great. But everything else is kind of like, could have done a little bit better. You can see that the grass is really bad, even though this is the HD texture install. Now, one interesting thing is there is a bug going around where some people are saying their HD texture disk and their install is not actually loading. So I'm not sure in this video if it did or not. I don't really have a way to verify if it did or not. I am just hoping it did to make the game look better. Other than that, the sounds are a little bit weaker than the Medal of Honor 2010. I'm not quite sure why, but they are a little bit weaker. There's not as much, I'm just going to put it out there, oomph behind the sounds, which is something I really enjoyed on Medal of Honor. You know, if you're firing a gun, you had the feeling, that there was every single bullet had its own sound, and when you stopped, you stopped. But you can't blame them. They're using a new engine. Maybe the sound didn't allow it. The sound cuts out in this game actually a bunch too. Like maybe there'll be no ambient noise, or sometimes the whole game just cuts out and the only thing I hear is ambient noise, like the whatever's on the map. So yeah, but those are the flaws, and they're still being worked out in patches. There's patches, server-side patches all the time. There's already a day one patch because of the beta, which is kind of nice. And other than that, I'm just going to go over the good things. The good things are the graphics. Again, besides some of the textures, if you guys are seeing, this is Frostbite 2 engine. That's why you are probably seeing some similarities between this and Battlefield 3. And the first thing I'd like to point out is the shadows and flames and what light looks like. This game, as you can see right here and right in front of us, this map, it looks so much better than anything in Battlefield 3. I mean, Battlefield 3's lighting was pretty damn terrible. I'm just gonna, say it because it's what's true. I mean, it was absolutely horrible, and the water as well. And this game, since they are a different development team, they just use the same engine, but they did everything themselves. You're not going to get the same thing. So everything looks really amazing and is really, really good. And yeah, I can't really complain. And what's also nicer is, compared to Battlefield 3, it runs at a steady 30 FPS all the time. I mean, I barely ever notice a slowdown. Battlefield 3, a lot of the times you will notice when you're like, oh, okay, 25 FPS, oh, down to 20, if there's a lot happening, wow, 15, I mean, I've even had to go down to 10, and, at that point it becomes kind of unplayable, but that does not happen at all in this game, which I find really, really good, actually, because it is really frustrating when your FPS goes down. Now, the other thing that's kind of, good about this game is the weapon customization. I will be going over, my classes and what I like to use and why I use them a lot. My main classes are the heavy assault, or the heavy gunner, and the normal assault, which is just, normal assault rifles. The heavy gunner uses LMGs and stuff like that and puts on suppressing fire. And you guys will see plenty of that in my up and coming videos. But yeah, those are my favorite two classes. They're all very balanced out. There's no real OP-ness factor in this game. I actually think that this game is one of the most balanced games or FPS games so far. I've not found a gun where I'm like, wow, that is completely cheap, that is really overpowered, that gun is really underpowered. There's always one gun in this game that, there's always one gun that counters another gun that counters another gun, and then eventually they're all counter each other out, and so it's fine. The only thing I wish they would have done is made snipers a little bit more powerful. Snipers in this game, unless they are headshots, are 2 hits to the body. They get you down to 10 life if they're a body shot, and then of course you need another shot to kill them. There is, I believe, one hit sniper that's called the TAC 50, and when somebody gets it, it's really annoying because there's a lot of people in this game. There's a lot of action. It's very close quarters. I guess that's another good thing about it. It's a very close quarters game. Sniping, you can't really do that much. There are a couple open maps, but yeah, it's a very fast-paced game. I mean, there are some maps. I think there's like 2 maps where it's a little bit more open, a little bit bigger. But other than that, it's a really close quarters game. But as I was saying with the sniper, if somebody does have a TAC 50, it's really hard to come up against them because they will destroy you. I mean, you spawn in and you just die. And talking about spawning, I don't know if you guys played the beta at all, but the beta had some pretty serious spawn issues. I mean, I would pop up, I would spawn on buddies, and that was all good. But I would spawn on the fallback position, and people would be, in my face already, sticking their gun in my face, saying like, "Surprise, motherfucker," and then shooting me. And that was really annoying. So they tried to fix that a little bit in the patch, and they did to a certain degree, but they also did not. I will have some example gameplay pretty soon, I believe. I have like 30 games recorded that I'm just going to be taking footage from, but it's really bad. I mean, I've had it where I spawned in and when I get my LMGs, I'll be lucky because I get like 3 or 4 man sprays, and so I mean, I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and it's you have some epic moments in this game like this right here. It's not really epic, but it is kind of cool in the sense that you have infinite ammo when you deploy your LMGs. And that's the other thing I want to say. The class abilities, each class has its own ability. They are very balanced. They each have like their own little thing. They're very good. This guy, for the LMGs, you get infinite ammo when you're down. It's kind of unrealistic, but what is realistic is the fact that your gun overheats, so you have to let it cool down. Other people get noob tubes. There's even wall hacks. They're really short though, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I mean, I guess I'm contradicting what I just said there, but the only thing that is a little bit annoying is the tank stance, which is something the demolitionist gets, and it's something he can use all the time, and basically it gives him double his health. So a lot of times you'll come up and you'll shoot him, you'll be like, why is my gun not working? Why is nothing working? And then it turns out, he had 12% tank stance left and 100% life, and you're just like, fuck him. And it is really annoying, but again, they made a class to counter that. You've got the Point Man, I believe, which has high-powered ammo, which kills those guys in the normal amount of bullets it takes. And people without that, it kills in 2. So, every class balances itself out. This game is really balanced. It's really fun. Let me put it this way. If you have the money to spare, get it. If you don't and you're unsure, then I would wait. I would maybe see if I can get some gameplay. Watch me a little bit more. Shameless self-promotion. And yeah, so thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave in the comments below what you guys think about this game. And I did play against a clan and not do very bad. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned for a lot more.